The classroom being observed in this virtual tour is a first grade classroom. We will be looking specifically at literacy strategies and structures within this classroom. This is the word wall within the classroom, and the literacy skills it works on is spelling and word study. The wall is added throughout the year with high frequency words as students learn them, so students can reference this for spelling on any work and as well as reading. So this is where the students go from the beginning stage of reading to the transitional stage of reading. This is because they are beginning to recognize words at first sight. They are the high frequency words that students will often use. Students are in the within word pattern stage of spelling. I know this because the students are able to read and spell a lot of these words correctly. This is the word family wall, which focuses on the skills of letter sounds and phonics, spelling and word work, phonemic awareness, and vocabulary. The word family wall can be created with words that students come up with for the certain word family. This happens throughout the year as the words are introduced. Students can use the wall to help them read or write new words that are in those word families as well. This is in the transitional stage of reading. I know this because students are beginning to understand word patterns, which is exactly what word families are. This also means students are in the within word pattern stage of spelling because students are using common letter patterns. This is the classroom's literacy cafe. So the skills focused on are reading comprehension strategies, reading fluency and expression, as well as vocabulary. In first grade, students are at a variety of literacy development stages, so this allows students to choose which things they should focus on and gives them the power of choice. The spelling stage for this is a mix of within word pattern and syllables and affixes. That is because there's work to challenge students at whatever stage they're at. Some students in the class are often a bit further ahead and are able to challenge themselves with words that have different patterns or that are more than one syllable, while a lot of students are still working in the within word pattern stage on long vowel patterns. Because syllables and affixes are also in intermediate and advanced readers, some students are able to challenge themselves in this reading stage, while most students are still challenging themselves within the transitional stage of reading fluently. In this classroom, these students do an activity called the Daily 5, which focuses on their reading comprehension strategies, reading fluency and expression, spelling and word study skills. This activity also allows students to have the power of choice because students can choose from 5 different activities. They do have to go through all 5, but they can choose the order. Students go around to all the different activities to keep them moving as well as practicing different things. So if a student isn't ready to sit down and read to themselves, they can work on writing or word work instead. This is another strategy being used in the classroom that allows students to challenge themselves where they need to be challenged. This spelling stage is between within word pattern and syllables and affixes because students are at different points with word patterns and vowel patterns. Having the students read aloud can help show where their reading level is at, because if they are still working on fluency and expression while oral reading, they would be in the transitional stage, but if they've mastered fluency and expression, then they would be in the intermediate and advanced stage. This is an example of a success criteria poster for students so that they can revise and edit their work as needed, and it focuses on the literacy skills of writing processes and strategies. Students can be given a lesson on what it means to be successful and how it looks and feels so that they will be encouraged to want to follow the criteria so that they have that feeling. After doing their work, the students know they can look at the success criteria poster to know that they are successful and have completed their work to the best of their ability. This would either be the within word pattern stage or the syllables and affixes stage due to the other resources observed in the classroom, but without student samples, it's difficult to determine which one the students are at for this activity. The students using this resource would be in the transitional stage of reading because there's a strong focus on adding more details and concepts of writing, such as periods in capital letters. This is a poster called Good Fit Books, which is above the library within the classroom. This focuses on the skills of reading fluency and expression, as well as motivation for literacy. This allows students to have a certain amount of independence over their reading and which books they choose to read. It encourages students to choose books that are best for them when it comes to their reading level, what they can understand, as well as what they are interested in. But it also allows them to realize that they don't have to enjoy every book that they read. As long as they are able to read it, that covers one of the good fit book criteria. This helps students to choose their own books that they can comprehend, as well as hopefully find interest in. Once again, this is a resource where it could be either 2 stages for reading or writing based on the classroom so far. Since we do not know the specific books students are reading and choosing, we cannot determine which stages each specific student is at. This helps students to challenge themselves within their own level and to progress even further. This is an outline for an assignment the students were given about writing a recount. The literacy skills practiced are writing processes and strategies, as well as text structures and genres. Students are given an outline of the expectations for their recount in order for them to be successful, kind of like the success criteria. This allows students to practice their writing while also knowing the exact expectations. The students' work is also displayed around the classroom. This activity would be used in the within word pattern stage of spelling because students are expected to mostly use one-syllable words. Students have to focus on both the sound and patterns of words in order to complete the assignment. The students are also in the transitional stage because a lot of their words are going to be sight words that they use often. There is an emphasis put on details, which also begins within this stage. These were only a few of the many resources that I noticed and observed within this classroom, and I hope you enjoyed.